Kerry meant a lot to me. I arrived here at Avondale and we worked together in Year 4. She is a lady that demonstrated just a passion and love for every student in her classroom. And Kerry always had the ability to just come alongside, have a chat. We would have great laughs as a Year 4 teaching group and be able to just spend some time talking about students, praying for them, and just having a good time working as colleagues in this space when I was teaching in Year 4. Her faith was spectacular. She would actually ask Sia and I, as her illness would at different points get to higher levels, would actually ask for us to come and pray with her, anoint her, and we were able to spend some time in prayer and dedication with her, and we would see God work in a powerful way in Kerry's life, always to be here to be able to do ministry with her students. So it is just so hard to see that someone that had dedicated such a time for kids, because it is just such a great loss to us as a school that Kerry is resting now, but is a person that would do her utmost to be here for the students. We loved her, and we know that God, when that trumpet sounds, will have a pretty serious crown to present to that lady. Our thoughts and prayers are with the family right now, but we will miss Kerry here at this school. She understood what it was to be a minister.
Kerry had always had time for others, and I really appreciate that because she always had time for me. She was a lovely lady that showed Jesus' love by the way she loved others around her. She was always willing to help, even when she may not have had time. She was always willing to listen and to bring a rose to my classroom, and she just seemed to know when I needed one, which was lovely. So I really appreciate that. She was a blessing from God to all of us here at school, for the children and the teachers. And I pray that she would rest in peace now with Jesus by her side.
Kerrie Bishop was a beautiful friend and an absolutely lovely colleague. And I loved working with Kerrie. She was just the most selfless person I think I've just about ever met. So I remember one day I had something going on, and I thought I was hiding it quite well, but she must have noticed, because she comes along and goes, "Are you all right?" And it's like, what are you asking me, am I all right for? I should be asking you, are you all right? And she was just so generous with her time. You know, I know school was Kerry's really happy place. She loved the kids so much. She loved working with all the staff. And you know, just a typical thing of Kerry, she would come along with flowers for all of us in stage 2, a rose each. I'm just going, Kerry, we should be giving you flowers. She was just fun as well. She had such a sense of humour. She will always be known for her black light performances. So Kerry, we will all miss you. And I would just like to say, one of the last things I said to Kerry when I said goodbye to her was, Kerry, I'll see you in the morning. And we agreed to meet in the morning. I know the next thing, she will open her eyes when Jesus comes back, and she will be there dancing down the road, full of health and energy. Miss you, Kerry.
Kerry was such a blessing to our Stage 2 team. We always pulled together and looked after each other. Kerry showed God's love to all of us staff as well as her children. She's such a godly woman that just oozed God's love to everyone around her. I loved her sense of humour. I loved her dedication. I loved how much she just poured herself into her classroom and her children. I just can't wait to see you again in the clouds of glory, Kerry.
Hey, Johnny here. Just an incredibly lucky teacher who got to work with Kerry for a couple of years at Avondale. Got to start my journey in Year 4 with her here. It's just, incredibly blessed to have known her. Even met her many years ago in Moree, it turns out, and then got to work with her, which was really cool as well. I just wanted to say something that, it's something I've said to a lot of people. It's never goodbye, it's see you later. So, see you later, Kez.
Yeah, for me, Kerrie's legacy actually hit me a few weeks ago. We had lockdown, we came back to school, we were all tired, exhausted, and thinking of what we could do to make the return to school special for our kids. And it was Kerrie that inspired me to dig deeper because the kids deserve it. And that is the legacy Kerrie has left with me. Always, we do what we do for the kids, for heaven, for the kingdom. So thank you, Kerrie, for inspiring me.
I've had the privilege of working with Kerrie for a number of years now, and it has been an amazing experience. I'm going to miss her terribly. Her door was just always open, and it didn't matter how she felt, she just always had time for all her colleagues, and just getting together and just chatting. It would just lift our spirits, particularly in really hard times. I also had a child in her class who, when she was in Year 4, was going through some pretty hard times. So to this day, she loves Kerrie. And she just said she was so kind, and she was always just there, really. That Kerrie didn't even have to say anything. Like, she was just a friend, and that's exactly what she needed. Yeah, we're going to miss Kerrie.
I've known Kerrie for quite a few years. I think we first met at summer camps many moons ago when we were actually campers. So we've had a bit of a history, but it was nice. It's been nice to reconnect with Kerrie, working at Avondale School together. Just one of the things that I just absolutely admired about Kerrie was she always was willing to help anyone, no matter what the situation. Even at a busy time of year, I went to her and just asked her. We have a prefect register, and she has beautiful writing. Check this out. She has written a couple of years worth of prefects' names at the most busiest time of year when she had so much on, and just little things like that. That's just a little example of some of the things that Kerrie would do just to help people out. So this register is pretty special for us now, so really appreciate that she did that for us. And then just recently, when I was able to visit her in hospital, just her positivity in everything. And I went there to pray with and for her, and she actually prayed for me when I was going to pray for her. That just shows us the type of person that Kerrie was, and we're going to miss her.
I first met Kerrie here at Avondale School when we were both high school students. And then I had the pleasure of having Kerrie work with me again at Warburton School down in Victoria. And it was a delight to find Kerrie joining us here at Avondale School 14 years ago. So through her 14 years with us, she's become such an important part of our school family. Kerrie is such a joy with her students. She's kind and compassionate. She goes out of her way to make learning fun for her students. She cares deeply about each child, and I had many a conversation with her about how to get through to that child, how to win that child over, how to have that child connect and engage and learn. Kerrie was also such a good friend to her colleagues. She took the time to notice what was going on in people's lives. She took the time to come and pray with her friends and colleagues. She would bring in flowers just to let you know that she was thinking about you and praying for you. Many of Kerrie's colleagues here at school could tell stories of praying with her or of Kerrie praying for them for things happening in their lives. Kerrie was also someone who contributed to the wider life of the school. We have fond memories of her with her students all dressed in black, white gloves on and the black lights on, doing performances to music in chapel, dramas and puppetry, of course, were all things that Kerrie used to do with her students
that actually blessed the lives of the entire school. Teaching was Kerrie's passion. It's what got her out of bed each morning. It's what had her fight on to be here and to be in the classroom. She never wanted to let her students down. We're going to remember Kerrie so fondly for the faith that she had in God. She never doubted one moment that God had her. And we're also going to remember her for her humour, her puns, her wit, and the joy she brought to everyday life. She'll be really missed here at Avondale School, and her legacy will live on.